Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Friday, it's FriYAY. It is Friday, a great day to know that you have been chosen. Queens, listen to this. So what I've done is I've begun my own Bible study, and it's been going on for a long time, and I'm still in Genesis. But sometimes I start over and I just kind of go through the notes that I had and the things that I've been able to dig out. So listen to this. You know, when God said at the beginning, let there be, when he was like creating all these things, let there be, and I'm just read my notes. Let there be translates as it is my will that this happens. So it says God willed things into existence. To will means to decide, or the faculty by which a person decides on and initiates an action. That's Google definition to what it means to make a decision. And I go on to say he did not force himself to do this, but he chose to do this. He chose to create the world for us. He chose to create us, the trees, the animals, the earth, etc. This choosing didn't just start with Jesus. Listen to this. You know, when God chose Jesus to die in our place, but he actually chose us in the beginning. You know, a lot of times, or we may interpret that God didn't really choose us until he chose Jesus, until Jesus actually came into the earth to take our place and die on that cross for our sins. But God actually chose us from the very beginning. He made a conscious decision, and that decision was actually out of love. Because he loves us, because he is love, he chose to create us. He chose to create the world before we even got here. So he didn't choose me later in time, but he has always chosen me since before time started. I'm sharing this because I think it's very, very, very encouraging. I know a lot of times we may feel like we are one in a million, when in actuality, from God's heart, from God's decision, when he chose us in the beginning, instead of thinking that you are one in a million, start thinking that you are the one and only. Because he chose you. He decided, he said, let there be, as if you were the one and only. I like to think of that let there be as a personal decision for every individual. Because it is. You know how maybe you're in a family, a big family, and the kids try to fight for the parents' attention. So they do certain things. Some kids may act out to get their attention because they got a big family. The parents got to spread their love. But God is such an OG. He's such a big God. He's such a non-limited God that he can give every single child of his individual love, care, and attention at any given time, at all times, anytime, if that makes sense. At any time. He chose me. He chose me. God been chose me. God been chose you. God has always chose you. So don't get it twisted. Anytime you're feeling lonely, discouraged, what about me, God? What about me? What about, I need this, I need that. God already chose you. He know what you need. He know what I need. Let me talk to myself. He know what I need. He know me inside and out. He's attentive to my desires, my cares. He's attentive to my thoughts, my feelings at any moment, every second of the day. He loves me, and he chose me at the very beginning. Let this word permeate through your soul. You never let no man, never let nobody into your life who didn't consciously choose to be there. Because God sets the precedence in your life. He sets the tone. Okay, for how men or how people interact with you, specifically a man, If God chose me, if he made a decision that I was worth choosing, if he made a decision that I was worth it, or I was worthy, or I was big enough, bold enough, beautiful enough, good enough, beautiful, did I say beautiful? Beautiful enough. If he made those decisions and still chose me, why would I let anybody in my life who ain't made that same decision? Why would I be fighting for some man's attention? I just gotta go there. Who is confused about me. It's confused. Have you not seen the God in me? Have you not seen the beauty all on me and you're still confused? Make a decision. Make a decision. Because guess what? As women, we have the last choice. If you can't make it a big enough, grown enough, a man enough decision to choose me, I don't choose you. I don't choose you. Listen, God chose me. God chose me. That make me feel good. I'm chosen. I'm enough. That made me feel real good. That made me see myself a little bit better, a little bit more clearly now. I'm chosen. So don't come up in, but don't come around here being all confused and trying to string me along. You ain't got to worry about me and having low self-esteem. I already been chosen. So whatever you got, you're gonna have to match God. You're gonna have to come up higher. Come up with a God-like decision, with a God-like mindset, or get gone. I'm chosen. God chose you, Queen. God chose you. And he chose me too. Happy FriYAY.